Hello there, how are y'all doing today? We're going to start week 5 of our at-home learning. I hope you're all doing okay and are, staying safe, staying inside, all that good stuff. This video is releasing on Tuesday, April 21st, and it'll be due next week, April 28th. That's going to be our deadline to get the 2 lines done. We are getting back into playing. So we've got the guitar. We're going to get into grooving. Before we do that, though, I do want to go over some class business. Campus policy. It has us turning in all this work. We'll be doing around 2 assignments a week. So something like a playing assignment or a playing assignment attempt, things like that, will be in every week. We're going to start working on the studio here and use this as our main piece for the rest of the school year. What we're going to do, if you noticed, all missing assignments right now are going down as a 60, a 6-0 in the grade book. That lets you know that, hey, there's something that is due. Other than that, we'll have until May 18th to get in all missing work. Now, I know that's going to be really tough to cram into 1 week for guitar because you have to learn how to play guitar and get your fingers down and have a good performance. So if you get this stuff done, about 1 guitar playing assignment a week, it should be okay. Another thing is I haven't heard from a lot of you since spring break. I'm going to start contacting parents, making sure you all are okay and have access to Google Classroom. That's going to start tomorrow, Wednesday the 22nd. So even if you are not ready to play a piece yet, if you just type in a private comment, something like that, say, I'm here, I have access to Classroom, that'll be good enough. Then we won't have to find you and your parents. So let's go ahead and start with this studio. Line 1 and 2. I'm going to play it for you here, as you see, and then, let me get this situated, and then we'll go over a couple of things in this piece. So here's the studio, lines 1 and 2. Alright, there's the piece. Predominantly using the A minor chord. Alright? Now, one thing you've got to remember is this new note here. I have it in red. It's a big note. It's one of our new notes that we're going to look at. Okay? So this new note over here is a B note. But instead of playing our B on our open string like this, what we're going to do is we're going to play that on the 3rd string. So if you look real closely at your PDF, whenever we get that, we have a 3 with the circle. That's our 3rd string. And then we have 2, 1, 0. Okay? So that B note, instead of being played here on the open 2nd string, you're going to play it on string number 3, fret number 4. Okay? It's got a little bit of a warmer sound to it. No problem. You're going to play that because that allows you to play that with your 2nd finger and the D note, the 3rd fret on the 2nd string with your 1st finger. So those notes combined will be here, B, D, and then the open E. Alright, so here we go, B once again. And then here's the D with your 1st finger. And then the open E. Back in the music, it's on measure 3. So measure 3 is where this happens. We're going to go P-I-M-A. Or P-I-M-I, actually. P-I-M-I. Let's talk about that picking pattern. Our Allegro had a lot of notes for the picking pattern. This pattern that you're going to use to pick is going to be P-I-M-I. That's going to spell out the 16th note over here. So P-I-M-I. Alright, now this is going to be really easy because the first string will be played with the M finger. The second string will be played with the I finger. Okay, so what you're wanting to do is you're always going to want to have your first finger, your I finger, on the second string, and then your M finger or middle finger on the first string. Now the thumb is going to play all the other strings, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All of these strings are going to be played with the P finger. So let's look back at this. I'm going to give you a little bit of tab right here. So this is going to follow the A minor chord. And you're going to have the second string, or the second fret on the third string here, 2, and then 1, 0, back over to 1. That will be played P, I, M, I. Now once again, if you are not playing on a guitar and you're using a virtual guitar app, you need to fill out this tab and turn it in with your virtual guitar. I already gave you the number 4 on the third string for this B note because it is not an open B note. So the first measure is here. Okay, so 1 E and 2 E and We've got the P finger on the third string, I finger on the second string, and the M finger on the first string. So that first measure one more time. Okay. Moving on to the next measure, what you want to use is your second finger. This is a G sharp note on the first fret of the third string. Once again, guys, you want to follow these finger numbers. Follow them really well. That's a big part of how you play this piece successfully. This is a tricky piece at times, but we're going to have to get this done, and it'll be a lot easier if you do that following your finger numbers. So we have the G sharp, open, open, back to open, because we're following the P, I, M, I pattern. Then this third finger is going to play E on the fourth string. There's that note. So measure number 2 is going to be right over here. Okay, that's measure number 2. Measure number 3 is where we go off. So just put your A minor shape down and move it up 2 frets. 1, 2. That is how you get to this chord here, with the B on the third string and the D on the second string. That holds the whole measure. Then you go back to the A minor chord, play the A in the bass on the third string here, and then you play the open A in the bass on the fifth string. So let me play these 2 measures right here, measure 3 and measure 4. Here's measure 3. Once again, A minor shape, up 2 frets. Back to 4th measure. Okay, so let me give you line 1 really slowly. Here we go. Measure 1. Measure 2. Measure 3. Slide down. Measure 4. That's the first line. Now looking back at the second line, or taking a look at the second line, what we do is we go back to the A minor. That's the key we're in. A minor. Play this one, 2, 1, open, 1. P, I, M, I. That pattern will not change at all through the whole piece. It'll be P, I, M, I all the way through. Then we go to the open G and play C sharp. That's going to be on your 2nd fret, 2nd string. Let me play you measure number 5. Here's the A minor. So here's your C sharp. All you need to do is bring your 2nd finger down from this A, down a string. Next measure is going to be here. Now it gets a little tricky for this measure number 6. So measure number 6, your 3rd finger is going to be on F with the 4th string on the 3rd fret. The pinky is going to be on D, 3rd string, 2nd fret. And your 1st finger is going to be on F natural, 1st string, 1st fret. The next beat of that measure, all you do is lift up your 3rd finger to play the open D string. So we're over here. Here's your 3rd string, your 3rd finger, pardon me, your 4th finger on this D, F, and then what we're going to do is we're going to go to the open D on the 4th string. This note, F, is on the 4th string as well. So it's going to be the 3rd fret to open. Follow this finger number and you'll be really good. The chord you're playing here is a D minor with an F in the bass, and then the chord it goes to is a D minor with a D in the bass. So if you picture a D minor shape with these 2 fingers, you'll be okay. Now the next measure over here, let's go and do the last 2 measures. The last measure is really easy. It's just an A minor chord with your 5th string A in the bass at the very end. I think I put a circle over that note, but that's going to be an open A 5th string right there for you. Now, moving back to here, what we're going to do is we're going to play the E on the 4th string, C on string 2, fret 1. Okay, so we have an E, C, E, C. Okay, so it's going to be 2, 1, open, 1. Then what we're going to do is we're going to kind of go for a little bit of an E chord. Okay, the E major chord, as you know in the Allegro, it's got the G sharp. So we need to play G sharp right here. That's the 1st finger on the 3rd string. Okay, and then everything else over here is open. Once again, we're following the pattern P, I, M, I. Okay, don't get that mixed up or anything. So I'm going to play you this measure here, measure number 7, then measure number 8. We're on the guitar screen now. Measure number 7 over here, we have E and C. Back to the G sharp. And then finally the A minor. Not bad. I'm going to play line 2 now. Line 2. Measure 5, 6, 7, and 8. Here we go. Line 2 is like this, starting with the A minor. Lift up number 3. E in the bass. G sharp. Now to practice this, here's your metronome. Okay, a good practice tempo that I found for you guys is to set your metronome to 70 beats per minute. Okay, each click is going to be an 8th note. Okay, at 70 beats per minute, each click will be an 8th note. That means when you hear click, click, those will be the clicks, and you're going to play a note in between those clicks, and that's going to make the 16th note. Okay, so here's click number 1, click number 2. 70 beats will be your 8th note. Okay, 70 beats will equal the 8th note. What I'm going to do now is play the piece with the metronome, or play the first 2 lines at least. So here are the first 2 lines. Let's see, go back to here. 70 beats, there we go. And line 1 and 2 non-stop, 70 beats per minute. Here we go. So 1 and 2 and. Alright, there we go. So if you follow the pattern, let's go back to the page real quick. Or let's turn it over. If you follow the pattern P-I-M-I, if you follow that pretty well, the clicks are going to be on the P and the M finger. Okay? That's going to go click, click. P-I-M-I, P-I-M-I. So that's where clicks should be. They should be on the thumb and the middle finger. So that should be the middle finger on string 1 and the thumb on whatever the first beat is, right? The first beat of each measure. There you go. First beat of each measure should be where that thumb is. One more time. I'll play it for you guys. So 1 and 2 and. There we go. Alright, so work on that. Work on anything else that's missing. If I haven't heard from you, just send a private comment and say I'm checking in. I see Google Classroom. We've been doing quizzes with it all year long, and a lot of you have been able to access it. If not, then we'll try and get you the access that you need. Okay? Just work diligently on this class. This is going to be a very difficult thing to finish all on May 18th, when that deadline is due. May 18th, yes, that's when the late work stops. Everything will stay at a 60, and you will not pass this course. So keep an eye for all this guitar stuff, okay? And all the quizzes we have, musictheory.net. If you need help with your actual guitar, let me know. I'll teach you some lessons. If you need help working on an app, let me know. I'll help you out on that. But we're here for you, and we want to make sure you get some of this guitar stuff figured out, because it's been a while for a lot of you. It's been a long time. Alrighty? Well, good luck, and have fun playing this in the studio, getting a little bit of music in the mix for your week. And it's good to be playing again, and we'll see you next week. Alright. Thank you very much.